We're... Thank you, Lance.
Oh my.
Fine, I got it. And record. Okay. So, let's try it again. We had just had a very nice discussion. First off, thank you, Lance, for catching that. I totally messed up, and we recorded like 10 minutes of the podcast without going live. And so that just got cut out, and we're running it again.
Hey, maybe we can upload it as
fresh.
like a separate discussion.
Nope, I just deleted it.
Oh.
Why did you do that?
Because I just want it all to be the same right now.
It could be like bonus on podcast.
There
go
you
listen
go.
to it.
No, it's already gone and being recorded over. I can only do so much in a panic, all right? And right now I need to set things back up.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
I know, and it happens a lot to the worst of us. Welcome everybody to another episode of Cruisin the Planet, episode 60, False Start. How about we go with that?
Yeah, I like that title.
Easy.
Nice.
Joined in the studio today with Cole, our
graduate
assistant. There we go.
Yes.
I want to say student manager.
Sort of, I
And
guess.
Kinda,
you heard them in the last episode. We've got Orion, our new...
Music manager.
There we go.
Wow.
I forgot everyone's names as soon as I got flustered.
Sorry.
So let's just cut out the snow and driving one. We made some good points, but I have other things that we can
into
talk
the
about.
void now.
It has been sent to the void. That one's just for us. Let's go ahead and talk about everyone coming back into town and how they are going to ruin my weeks. My next 2 weeks are going to be completely destroyed because everyone's coming back into town. Classes start next week. As of the release of this episode, we're heads up for anyone who hasn't already looked at the schedule on after move-in. We are not participating on Monday in any sort of classes. That is going to be MLK Junior Day.
Right.
So just a heads up, we are all going to class on Tuesday, though.
Tuesday.
So Tuesday of next week, specifically the
19th.
Thank you, Cole.
Yeah.
The 19th.
I'm going to go straight from classes to my apartment
Oh,
because
yeah.
I do not want to have to deal with whatever anyone brought from their hometowns.
Oh yeah, there's I was curious if y'all wanted to get into that, the sort of lack of socialization. How masked up are you gonna be going into classes?
Oh,
Do y'all have physical classes?
I think I have the option to have Zoom,
But
it has to be synchronous, which just means at
Right.
the same time
Yes.
of classes, just not asynchronous.
Let's bring that up real fast. No more asynchronous this semester. I guess too many people took it and then ended up just not going to class and having a bad time because of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was pretty hard for, not just freshmen, but freshmen coming into a college experience that is completely different and not knowing how to really study by themselves, basically. At least when you're on campus, I feel like
Can we agree
in
that
classes,
college students are babies? Can we make that point early? I have it in my notes. I can wait on it.
I mean,
What?
I'm
what do
a
you mean
college
by that?
student and I'm a pretty big baby. I'll
See,
tell
there
you
we
that
go.
much.
Yeah,
So,
college students are babies.
and if you think that you're not a baby, that makes you a double baby. A
What?
double diaper baby.
What?
Got 'em. Easy.
I just don't let it.
What?
Hey, you're a graduate student. It's different.
Yeah,
for
you're a
you.
graduate. It's
Yeah.
different. You're able to
You've
talk
grown
down.
up. You're
to,
like a teenager now.
yeah, you're able to
What?
talk down to us.
Well, I mean, I guess
You know, because
Coming into-
we're not in the working world. We don't know how it's gonna be in real life. All we ever know is high school experience.
See, I really don't like the concept of the whole, it's not real life being in
Mhm.
college.
I'd argue
Because-
that it definitely still is because you're
Yeah.
still dealing with adult things like getting apartments, paying
You are.
bills, and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff.
Maybe, I guess, if you spend your entire 4 years on campus and
Right.
never do any of the opportunities, especially that Tarleton really tries to offer, which is real world experience.
Well, I think what people are also trying to argue is that some of them parents are still paying for a lot of their
That's true.
experience.
That's true.
Right.
So,
Or they've just taken a loan and not taken all of the math to include it.
right.
It's the reason I don't have any loans.
Mm. Good for you.
Not because I didn't do the math, jerks. Alright, whatever. No, that was by bringing up this concept, students are babies, that's what I wanted to really pull out of you guys without it being a whole like fluffy, nice and sweet, just because I know that you two like to get into your dramatics very quickly.
What?
I'm a very dramatic person. What can I say?
Dramatic. I just mean that some students don't know how to really handle being not told you have to do this and you have to do that.
Right.
It's like, here's what you have an assignment, but you don't have to be there.
Right.
It's up to you, but you kind of have to take those consequences. And I know it's really hard for me too, even being a grad student.
Just that alone is why I think a lot of people need to push their kids into trade schools. It's part of. I recently did another bit of research on Plato's Republic over the weekend, so I'm gonna spit a little bit of that. Y'all familiar? Plato's Republic?
No.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Amazing.
Sorry.
You're teaching a full classroom here, buddy.
Let me give you the rundown real fast. It's super easy. I can do the simplified version in like a couple of minutes. Basically, everyone is born, and then the babies are scrambled. Nobody knows who the mother is. Yeah, Cole, like eggs. Don't look at me like that.
I did think eggs first. I'm sorry. I was like, what?
The kids are scrambled. There's no identifier between mother and child. Nepotism, dead at that point. A lot of people are going to be upset about it, but because of the way that families have been restructured, this will all come to make sense. Each trade that exists, each palpable denotion is given a family title. Every family is a collective of people who want to be there versus a collective of people who are good at doing the job. So it's all journeymen, tradesmen, masters of crafts. And families would be bigger or smaller depending on their own subcategorizations. You have some people in there who are like 50-50 culinary leatherworking, but they love the work that they're able to do as leatherworking, as tanners. So moving off of their leather cutting and whatnot, they are also the family cook. You have some who are more gifted in mathematics than others, and so they deal with family finance. It's super capitalism.
Well, you see,
basically what you end up doing is everyone is working in these collectives based on choice. You're allowed to apply to be at different families by showing aptitude. Simple in that. Every adjustment is made. And that's a super simplified version.
In theory, that sounds like it's like a decent idea, but I don't think that in practice that would carry out the way that we think it would.
Oh, it's because y'all humans are way too weak to do it?
Well, I don't.
I didn't get a no.
What?
Yeah.
Hang on a second now.
When are they supposed to choose what trades they're in?
That's just sort of it. As you are growing in a sort of schools, because there would be teaching families effectively, and I'm totally butchering this by doing the simplification. I know there's
it sounds like Divergent to me, so.
No, because it's not assignments. The person is choosing.
Well, I mean, you just said aptitude in that thing.
I did not say the word aptitude.
You did.
There is no aptitude.
Yes,
Cole. You're putting words
based
in
on
my
aptitude.
mouth. Get out.
That is literally how it was chosen in Divergent.
Yes, however, Divergent is a dystopia, and we can see that there is, even beyond each of the factions, which are loose-fitting and barely even understandable, an allegory for state nations. We can take a peek into those nation-states and see that their inner turmoils and their lack of identity is something that really holds them all together as a unit, and there is still an oligarchy above that, which holds the entirety of the system in place as such, forming inner turmoil and stress within its own system as a means of oppression using psychosomatic drugs.
You see, I'd love to add.
I only watched one of the movies too, and that was easy.
And you see, I'd love to add and everything like that. But I don't want to encourage you. Let's get to the next topic.
All right.
I'll talk to you about it later.
All I'm trying to say is I think Plato's Republic is basically the world that dogs live in, and they love it. Look at this one right here. This guy's wearing little booties. Moving on. Moving on. So, college students are going to be moving back into town. Basically, what we're going to be dealing with is an overflood. Stephenville is going to increase its population by like 120%, I think is the rough number. There are more students in Stephenville during class than there are
Residents.
Mm-hmm. It's very agrarian, and so that kind of makes sense. It's a lot of service industry. It is a lot of like student workers as well at most of the restaurants.
So that's almost like 40,000 people that'll be here all at once.
What I'm warning about now, we're gonna get into some of Ethan's predictions. I've lived in town for like 2 years straight, so I can just sort of tell you how things are gonna roll out here. Don't even sweat it. You're not going to be able to get anything from Walmart for the next 2 weeks. Doesn't matter how rare or exclusive you think it is. People pick things out of a bag just because they kind of want them. It's all the dorm mothers.
Oh yeah, absolutely use HEB's pickup
because
right now. Because
exactly. Create your list 2 days in advance. Might even get pushed out to 2 weeks in advance just because of the short supply. However, good news. HEB is only selling bones for $1.29 for pork and $1.59 for beef.
We've circled back around to your broth, haven't we?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's cold out. We have 50-mile-an-hour winds, people. All right, whatever. We can push past that. I'll take that for us later. You're not going to be able to get anything in the stores, specifically CVS and Walgreens. You know, the two the two of them that we have in town. Or I guess the pair.
Because if we need two of anything.
No, they're always against each other though.
They're
We have a
always on the
CVS
opposite
and a
corners.
Walgreens.
Yeah.
I think it's like an ancient, what was it called? What was the two families in America that like murdered each other constantly back and forth?
I don't know.
The Hitchcocks and something else?
I don't actually know what you're talking about.
Let us know in the comments later on if
Yep.
if you know what I'm on about. There was a whole documentary like series about it. Don't worry about
I
it.
don't like documentaries.
I like documentaries, but I just haven't seen that one.
Westerns?
Oh, I don't watch Westerns at all.
What? How are we roommates? Anyways.
Hey, you have plenty of chances to try and show me.
Okay, whatever.
We also only roomed for like a day together before we.
That's not my fault. Don't blame.
No, it's not your
Don't you
fault.
put that on my show? How dare you?
Pretty sure you put it on your show last week.
Cole's done talking.
What? I'm just saying. Just saying.
Anyways, let's get back to the point at hand. Genuine warnings for people moving into town. You're not going to be able to find any cleaning products. Step one, you're not going to be able to find any sort of snack foods. You are not going to be able to find, probably just because it's Stephenville, you're not going to be able to find any quality grade beef or pork. Chicken, maybe all right. The cheeses,
usually okay.
the cheeses are gone. Like, they're already gone. I don't know what happened. I went in to buy groceries last week, and all the cheese selection was gone. Like, the brick cheeses. Pretty sure that the residents of Stephenville are a week ahead of me. Because they knew everyone was coming into town, so they get their month's worth of groceries ahead of time. Because
well, you see, you've only been here for 2 years, and a lot of people have been here their entire lives, so they know exactly what.
I know they do a little. Students are coming. For those who didn't notice, I did a fake mouth swab with my finger with the little pop. And tested the non-existent wind in the studio and was able to tell that the students were coming.
There's plenty of wind outside to compensate, though.
Got to give the audio listeners something to visualize.
You know, definitely.
Well, you just explained it, so.
Well, I mean, the podcast listeners.
We do have podcast
I think
listeners.
we need to be very careful as students come back.
Yes.
For sure. Stephenville's numbers were already, like, not great as far as COVID
We were in the
goes.
400s, but when everybody left, right?
I mean,
now we're moving on to the
even,
more important stuff. I try to keep it light with comedy, but go ahead, Cole.
Even still with everyone gone, we still had decent numbers each week.
Yeah, well, our roommate.
Right, exactly. And I think bringing all the students back is not gonna be good.
Yeah. Well, we've got people coming into college, and it's not so much in the winter, right?
Right.
We don't have
more
as
the
many
fall,
people
yep.
coming in on the spring, not winter, technically, spring semester. We have less return, or we have only, sorry, let me run this backwards. We have a higher percentage of purely returning students than we do percentage of onboarding students. However, I feel like that's a level of false security. Everyone's been sitting inside with each other. Flu season is up right now on a non-COVID year. You've got every level of allergy that is going to be just running through your nerves. I feel like we're going to get a lot of false positives from people who aren't taking tests but are rather feeling all of the symptoms.
And you see, here's the thing about Stephenville, too. The allergies here are completely different from anywhere else, I feel. Because, like, every time I
do great here. Back when I go to visit my mother's, I get 24 hours to take an allergy medicine pill, or I'm out.
Man, I don't know, because like I come from East Texas, so I guess it's different. It's foresty there. There's a lot of trees.
Cedar.
Yes. Wait, cedar?
There's a lot of cedar and pine.
Right. Yeah, definitely a bunch of pine. I come from a place literally called Pine Tree.
Well, there we go.
Like it's right outside of Longview and everything.
They have one pine tree.
A single pine tree.
Go ahead.
Come from a place where literally to get rid of pine needles because you can't rake them, you take a mower to it.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it is bad.
It would be amazing to sleep in your backyard.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it would.
I've tried.
What?
No, it sounds like you haven't done it right.
Sure.
You mulched all of them.
Pine needles are more
fibers.
pokey than you think they are.
I've slept on hundreds of pine needles in my lifetime.
Not the ones from Pine Tree.
All right. I'll be visiting your family for Thanksgiving. Thanks for the invite. I'm gonna eat so much pie. Cole, I'm gonna eat so much pie. They're not even gonna know.
No, seriously, my family's
saying,
Thanksgiving is very rich in pie.
As you were saying.
What was I saying at this point? I've kind of gotten off
allergies.
track here. Allergies, right. So, like, being there and then coming here, I always have to readjust because there's always a solid week when I come back to Stephenville that I'm going to be like fake sick. You know what I mean? Like my allergies are so high that like fake sick. You know? It's like it feels like a whole cold.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like a flu. But then I go to the doctor and there's nothing wrong.
I have a recommendation for you. It's a little bit of a holistic cure, so take this with as much salt as you can survive. Throw that salinity out the window. Local honey is something that I use to try and acclimate myself. Is he all right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Is something I use to acclimate myself to the local allergens. It's got to be locally sourced honey within like a 20 to 50 mile radius of the town you live in, just because that's sort of like the distance pollen kind of travels.
Right.
I don't know the specifics on this. I just sort of know the medical side of things, because when you don't grow up with the best health insurance, you find alternatives to not die. If you can get in touch with what are the bee people called?
Beekeepers?
There's a special cool name for them.
I thought beekeepers is
I'm gonna look it up real quick. But basically what you do is you're gonna go up to them and you're gonna buy a giant jar of honey. One, support the troops. The bees are dying off. We gotta keep them safe. Two, it's delicious because it's honey. Put it on your biscuits, put it in tea. My recommendation is in the morning before you get out to the windy spots, lemon tea with a spoonful of honey for sweetener. You want it to be a little bit darker, a little bit lighter than the actual color of the honey itself in the water. Down that whole thing. The pollen and stuff that the bees are living off of in the local area are in the honey.
Right.
And so it helps you acclimate just a little bit to the area.
Possibly so.
Secondarily, you can just get out there and just like bury yourself for 3 days and then be reborn as a shaman of the woods.
Oh my god.
But that's a very like can't take that back. Like Cole, I don't recommend it. Definitely can't take it back type of ordeal.
Right. Now, hot take. We don't actually have to save the bees as much as people let on. The only problem is honeybees in America.
Apiary.
They're not even native to America.
Yes, I remember Avery saying something like that they're not.
Anyways, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop that subject before I keep on. We can like talk about that personally.
The bee
if we want
conspiracy.
to. But
Hatfields and McCoys, both by Lance and Michaela Brennan. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
They were able to
Thank you
swoop
very
in
much.
and correct me.
I
So
still don't know who they are.
Cole, that is some
But-
American history. They did it all over a pig. I'm telling you.
Is this really what we're focusing on for American history?
Really? No, Cole. if you can learn the Hatfield and McCoy, like the story behind both families and their true motives, you will understand why America is the way it is today.
Okay.
It is gross, the parallels that hold in that agrarian society still.
Oh my.
They just kill each other for no good reason.
Just to do it.
They shoot each other and then there's like, you dead yet? No? Catch you later. It's backwards country down here, man. It's crazy. I thrive. I'm designed for this level of chaos, but you normal folk, I don't think so.
Well, you know.
I'm gonna become a mushroom farmer when I get older. You know how much money is in mushrooms? I'll talk to you about it later. We have a show to go on.
We talked about that like a couple episodes
you could
ago.
be like $500,000 a year if you do it right. Easy. Go to New York, double that. Online classes.
Oh my god.
What a smooth transition. Love it.
Tarleton State, we're moving in. How dare you? Cole, how dare you make a dry remark at my transition using a chunky peanut butter like it's a negative. I need a show of hands.
Chunky peanut butter is
chunky
great.
peanut butter is not smooth. That's what I was going for.
I need a show of hands in the audience who is chunky peanut butter, non-chunky peanut butter. Hit us up in the comments or on the social medias if you can.
No, creamy versus chunky.
I straight up prefer crunchy peanut butter.
No.
Thank you very much, Orion.
What do you mean? When you put it on a sandwich, you want... I don't know. You want to feel that crunch. I feel.
No.
Because I'm not a crunchy person. I don't like crunchy stuff. But having that little bit of peanuts in there is good.
See, it's good.
Smooth stuff.
You got the smooth stuff?
Yes.
What, the stuff that you can drink from the jar?
Okay, you cannot drink it from the jar.
And here's the thing.
Oh, I can.
Now
you're telling me how I can and can't enjoy my peanut butter.
Now here's the thing.
Obviously you can't drink your peanut butter because it's crunchy.
Yes, I can, and I have.
Have you choked and died?
Yes. I'm dead right now. I'm the station ghost.
No.
You buffoon. You absolute fool. Don't you look silly now.
So a little bit of what I said yesterday on these. So they're talking about the station ghost. I don't believe. I'm a non-believer in this station ghost.
Well, you just wait.
You just haven't done ATC here on your own at 6 p.m. when you're closing, and things are falling off the shelves in Lance's office and no one's here.
And in the storage room that you just locked and made sure nothing was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Or the stomping that happens upstairs when no one is supposed to be here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very close to doing it, so we'll see. But
yeah, there you go. You're getting your training in, right?
I don't believe.
So I mean, that's fine. You don't have to believe. You don't have to believe in gravity either, but it's still gonna affect you.
I was about to just make a wind reference, but
if the ghost makes themselves known, I'll believe. But until then,
wanted to give a little bit of a heads up for Tarleton Sports, tarletonsports.com. You can head over to their website and look up where the next 2 basketball games. They are away games, I believe. One of them has been rescheduled. The website has already updated them. If you wanted to check them out, you can head over to kxtr.com, listen to our on-air live stream, because this boy right here is going to be broadcasting those play-by-plays by your local announcer Kyle Cruz on KXTR 100.7 in real time as the event of the games. There is a little bit of news if you are a college women's sports fan. The 2 games from the last couple of weeks that were canceled are more than likely going to be rescheduled. There's a chance that they are under the guise of postponed. I don't have any other confirmation past that, but just wanted to give a little bit of hopes to the sports fan, because now that I'm doing a lot more sports, we can finally add sports into the show, because that's one part of radio that people don't really hear about a lot, unlike the podcast, unless it's just sports metrics. So I wanted to give a little bit of a behind thing. I stay here for 4 hours and do the show. That's what it is.
Yep.
Speaking of sports, how about the Cleveland Browns absolutely walloping the Pittsburgh Steelers this past weekend?
Orion, I'm going to level with you right now as your roommate. I know literally nothing about football.
That's fine.
Same.
I'll do it for you guys.
Go ahead. Take it.
So, the Cleveland Browns have not won a playoff game since 1994 when Bill Belichick, the head coach of the New England Patriots, who have won 6 Super Bowls, was on their coaching staff as a defensive coordinator. They haven't won a on-the-road playoff game like they did this year since, I think it was since the 40s, back before the Super Bowl era. So
they're doing good.
They're doing good. They're doing better than they have in almost over a half century.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sick.
Good
Yeah.
for them. I don't know anything.
So if you
sports.
You think I know?
So if you hear Corvette on our radio station, just know it's deliberate because I'm making fun of the Steelers. That's what I'm more happy about. The Steelers being embarrassed than the Cleveland Browns doing well.
Got it.
Gotcha.
I should have known you're wearing your Cowboys memorabilia today.
Just a little bit.
I should have realized as soon as you walked in all decked out in all blue. I'm in all green today. I didn't really plan that.
Wow, look at that!
That is your color of choice as of the past couple weeks.
We're going green versus blue today. I think.
All right.
Have
you set up your funeral arrangements and your will? Because I'm gonna destroy you.
You're not wrong.
Anyways,
so yes, I have.
We got Chunky. You gotta have that crunch by Michaela Brannon. Cole, you can head out.
What?
Thank
You're
you
in the minority.
very much.
Get out.
Whoa.
Oh, see, we just went there.
No, can't go there, bud. Sorry.
Oh.
All right, if you're gonna twist my words like that over chunky peanut butter, then
they'll be twisted. They will be twisted. We allow
twisted is the American way.
Crunchy, and you're gonna love Hatfields McCoys then. If you keep that up, you keep that energy about you, it's gonna blow your mind.
Okay.
You'll be so entangled in it. They had a Romeo and Juliet story later on.
Oh.
Between the two families. Oh, it was good. It was so bad, but it was good. Chunky peanut butter and creamy peanut butter, they get to sit together next to each other.
No,
on
the creamy
aisle.
peanut butter is straight up going in the bottom of the pantry, and the crunchy peanut butter is going on top of the fridge so I can grab it quickly.
No.
I can't grab things off the top of the fridge quickly. Yeah, sure.
The people who like creamy peanut butter, you need to have something to dissuade them from touching the real gold.
I guess you're right.
You get
you
what
know
I'm
what?
going
How about
at?
this? I'll keep the chunky peanut butter in my room.
Nope, you have to know it's an option, but they need an option that they're never going to pick. You see what I'm getting at? That's why my dad buys mayo and salad dressing. He'll buy one large container of both, because he'll know that the whole family will fight over the mayo, and he gets to eat an entire thing of salad dressing on all of his sandwiches. Same thing with cottage cheese. He'll buy cottage cheese and cream cheese. We'll be fighting over the cream cheese. He gets cottage cheese by the spoonful whenever he wants.
Hey, cottage cheese is actually pretty good, though.
No.
No, it's really not.
All right, let's move on, because we're going to be here all day talking about food if we keep on.
No, we still got half an hour. We're good. We just made it to the half part of the show.
Hey!
Returning housing options. Has you guys looked at any of these on the website recently?
No.
I wanted to bring an attention to tarleton.edu/housing/returning-students/options.html.
Wow, that link.
I know, right? Do you visit that website?
That link specifically?
Yes.
No.
I mean, I don't type in the
peruse it?
link or anything, but I find it.
Okay.
Go the long way around, really.
So they've totally updated their website from the last time that I applied for student housing. This looks genuinely kind of fun. I figured we could just sort of go through the different housing options while people are moving back in. I mean, most of your assignments are already figured out, but in the event that something happens, here's your sort of last chance to hear things out.
Right?
So, we start off with traditions.
North and south?
It just says traditions, so I assume they're both together.
Yeah, it
north
is,
and
yeah.
south. So, built in 2016, renovations, non-applicable.
They were made perfectly, quote unquote.
Abbreviations TN/TS for Traditions North and Traditions South. Their room types are twofold, 2 and 4 bedroom suites. They have a capacity of 512, I assume, total people, and their living learning communities are non-applicable.
However, what?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, if you're disabled and you have mobility issues, probably don't choose these.
Traditions elevators are skinny.
Even though they were, I believe Traditions North and South are the newest, newly built on campus. they're actually very poorly built as far as the ADA goes, the Americans with Disabilities Act.
I was going through, I think 2 years ago, when I was trying to figure out some pieces for an older video, I talked to the campus records keeper and looked through the 2015 to 2020 building plan. Traditions was never planned originally for the campus within those 5 years. It was a full-on adjustment.
Wow.
So I totally see how they could have flummoxed something on the way building it. Also, they have a straight up ocular illusion.
What?
Have you guys know those like chain link flag things that they have?
Yeah.
Go and look through them. Like, go out to the walk. We can do this like after work. I'm off at ATC a little late, so y'all can go and do that. Head over to that circle spot. Go stand in the middle of that. Look at the chain like things that are pointing across each other. They're like sitting right here. Against the glass, and if you look through one of them, it's going to look like normal. If you look through two of them, it's going to start to build a weird pattern. And if you look all the way through like all of them at once, it looks like a magnified version of the first one. Like it's a full-on pattern.
Interesting.
That's weird.
It's crazy.
Now here's
I
something.
think it's technically a subtle hint to the duality of light. That's where I'm going to leave that.
Okay, well, I'm also going to say something about traditions. I have friends who live there.
Yeah.
I have friends who've lived everywhere. I've lived in a couple of places, so I know a lot about each of these dorms for people who are wondering if you're getting into a new one. Traditions, it's okay. Like, it's nice enough, but like mainly what you go to traditions for is the close proximity to the rec center, to the like the wellness center, I think it's called.
Yep.
And stuff
The
like
Quack
that.
Shack.
That's why you.
Yeah.
That's why
It's a
you do
duck,
it.
right?
You go.
I think so.
And you go to the actual
Anyways.
4-bedroom as well too. Basically what you have is this living space, like this living room. There's also a dining room table in there because which no one I've ever seen use. Like if you have like a card night or something like that, or if you're playing like maybe like D&D or something like that.
Yeah.
I could probably see someone using it, but like I never in my like half year of living in a similar style.
Yeah.
No one, I've never seen anyone actually use that thing. But you have the option. And here's the thing as well. The walls are pretty thin, so if you're going to face your desk towards someone else's room, just be wary that if you're allowed, they are going to hear you. Just make sure you get that in your roommate agreement saying, hey, this might happen. And also, you have 2 rooms on the left, 2 rooms on the right.
Yeah.
You're going to share a bathroom with someone. So choose wisely who you have to share a bathroom with. It's only with one other person because there's 2 bathrooms in there. But at the same time, you will have to share.
Got it.
It's literally the exact same thing for integrity, except for you're not as close to the, rec center and wellness center and everything like that. I don't know if the prices are higher on traditions than they are in integrity, but I mean, if they are, it's literally only because of that close proximity to useful.
What I do know about traditions is that in their advertisement they do say gaming systems. So that's pretty fun.
I mean, that's fun.
They got easy access parking. They're near a stadium and near the rec center. Bada bing.
Exactly. So it
sounds like a real gamer move, in my opinion.
Maybe, but again, if you have any problems with handicap and stuff like that, that's not the place to go. I also don't think integrity is the place to go because while they do have big enough elevators, the problem is they half the time never work, and like either one or the other is down, or both of them are down, or even if it does work, it works weird. I wouldn't trust it.
What I can tell you about integrity, and it looks like they took my old apartments out of this.
Where
option.
are you at?
Which one? Venture?
The newest one that they had just made. It started with like a Heritage.
Heritage.
They took it off. Oh, it's not.
Ferguson
That's because it's not a
Vineyard.
returning housing option. Don't even have to worry about it. Heritage has the same thing. The elevator is one. They have 2 elevators in the middle of the building. It is almost always broken.
I don't think any of these dorms really have solidly built elevators. I think the only time that
Honors does. Honors is the one that I've never seen broken.
Yeah, but Honors has that whole thing where the fire alarm keeps going off. It like goes off.
Integrity
on
has the
times.
same thing.
Yeah, I know Shay was talking about it last semester. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, okay. When it comes to fire alarms in the dorms, you're not going to get any sleep. They're going to go off every weekend because nobody knows how to microwave macaroni. I'm telling you right now. Pulling it back just a little bit to the fact that students are babies, they don't know how to cook. I genuinely, I feel an internal struggle every time I hear someone tell me another horror story on Tarleton's campus about cooking. Like, I need to put on some sort of cooking class.
You should do it.
Just the basics.
Just be like, hey, I'm doing this thing.
$25 entry that covers all of the food and the space for the room.
That's a lot.
Huh?
Not a lot if he's including the food as well.
Yeah, I'm including all the food. It's
but you don't actually have to pay for the rooms here.
Cole, that's a cover for me to make hella dosh.
I'm just saying.
What are you doing? Blowing it for me? I don't know what the price is going to be. I don't actually want to teach a class, but I don't want my friends to
It's a club.
not know how to cook. No, I don't want to make a club.
Make a club.
No.
Club?
Some people are going to bring their phones in and they're going to forget their aprons.
I will say, in my honest opinion, as far as like dorms and stuff like that goes, get the cheap ones first, because like the more expensive ones I don't think are worth the price. Maybe aside
None of the couches
from
are comfortable. I'll tell you right now.
No, none of the couches are comfortable. None of them. And
if you can get into Texan Village, careful, your table might not work. I know I've heard a lot of the big round tables. They're built like Kirk's office table.
Oh, they're like.
Yeah, they'll just eventually snap.
Yeah, that's why I saw like the people that I know that are in Texan Village. They have a foldable table out in the middle of like they just have a big old foldable table.
Yep.
And they just use the round table to just set food on. Like just like extra pantry stuff that they don't have room for.
Yep.
Because they like all four grab their own stuff. But Texan Village is a nicer place to go, but again, not very handicap friendly. I feel like, and this might be just because I had good experience here, Centennial Hall is a good one.
It's got all the Greeks in it, so that might sway you one way or another.
It has all the Greeks. The main problem that people might face is it's an open room with 2 people in it. There are split room options that you can
but they're options.
get into, but they're options. And if they're
if
filled up,
if this is the first time you've heard
SOL.
of them, they're more than likely filled up because
than
people
likely.
like their privacy.
Exactly. The reason I had a good experience is because my roommate moved out and I had a whole big room to myself for a whole semester. But I got lucky. Don't depend on that.
Got it. Just like don't depend on the bathrooms being assigned evenly. You got to have that conversation early on. Yep. Now, a lot of people are returning to campus, so that means that they are coming back to the same housing options that they already had. This was more for like moving in the fall semester, but I figured I could put it in people's frontal lobes while they're going through it now. That way, as they're pondering that, I can use a CIA technique of slipping in ulterior motive information at the same time. Don't go to Walmart or H-E-B. Starve, you hooligans. Just eat the Chick-fil-A that you want to eat. I know you better than yourself. I want them to leave the food places alone. I got ingredients to buy, man.
Except don't eat at Chick-fil-A. Eat at some other place like Whataburger or something.
Eat at the burrito place. Get some sushi.
Exactly. Those are better options in my opinion anyway.
T-Birds. There we go. T-Birds is worth it.
Yeah,
too.
no one ever goes to that part of campus and like does anything other than gets Chick-fil-A for some reason.
T-Birds is good. I wish I would have known how
think that
good
every
it
single
was.
option is better than Chick-fil-A.
I don't buy from Chick-fil-A anymore.
Yeah,
well, I don't
spend
either.
our money at Chick-fil-A.
I've straight boycotted Chick-fil-A in all honesty.
Yeah.
So
Same.
It's too difficult to get in. It's a moral gray zone at minimum.
Minimum.
It's very dark gray.
At minimum. I gave it a bottom line. And
let's not explain too far why, but you know.
There's no reason to. That's Cole's
reason to.
podcast, actually.
Hey, there you go. Listen to Cole's podcast to figure out about that kind of stuff. It's a great podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, everyone's always at line for Chick-fil-A because they think their chicken sandwich. Something about the butter biscuits, the honey butter.
Well, that's Whataburger.
Oh.
You see, dang it. You know what?
We're not going to be able to eat at Sonic or Whataburger either. All fast food is off limits to everybody now for the next 2 weeks. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Because
let's just not eat altogether. Just go on a little fasting trip.
What are you, an absolute psycho?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know how many angry people would be around? Okay. If I don't eat, it's bad, guys. You don't want to see me when I haven't eaten.
Cole,
you know those Snickers commercials that are like you're a completely different person? I'm just like the Hulk.
Cole, you wouldn't be able to make
good.
it to work. The wind would blow you over.
No, I'm talking about I would just be really angry.
Oh,
all the
you get
time.
hangry?
Yeah. I'd be like.
I get lethargic if I don't get enough food. My body just starts like cutting out non-necessary things like feet.
You know, when I was a kid, I always wondered how in the world Flat Stanley didn't blow away in the wind.
He did. That's how he went everywhere.
Oh.
Or he got mailed places.
I don't think I remember Flat Stanley as well as you remember Flat Stanley.
Yeah, I just kind of like context clued it.
So you don't know for sure?
Nobody knows anything for sure, bud.
Did Flat Stanley even happen?
You tell me, how do you pronounce Berenstein Bears?
What? Is there another thing?
Oh, Michaela brought up a good point. The elevators in Integrity and Heritage sucked. Nobody ever trusted them, and we do have an Aldi now as well.
That's
yes,
right.
we do.
I forgot about the Aldi.
Now, be careful about the Aldi because it's new and
Thank
a lot
you,
of people
Michaela.
might rush to it.
Everyone is going to rush to it, yes.
Absolutely.
And they added a new stoplight on our road just for it.
That's true.
I can show you.
haven't been in it
I can
yet.
show you the backwards route to get there easier. It makes like perfect sense once you think about it, but it does take a second to be like,
I mean, we might as well start at some point carpooling for groceries too, because it's like it saves gas for everyone.
Yeah, we can also hit up the dollar store at the same time because they have some nice vacuum-packed cheese for snacks.
There you go.
I don't recommend cheese from Dollar Tree.
There's a lot of things I don't recommend from Dollar Tree, but
Don't do that.
What?
It tastes really bad. Really bad. If you're gonna spend a little
Cole?
money extra on something you want to get for groceries, spend it on cheese.
Cole,
Spend it on cheese.
when did you buy salt and pepper for like the first time?
Okay, that's in a whole different episode.
No,
we
okay,
discussed
so
that.
here's
It doesn't have to be
like
discussed
a couple of
now.
there's a couple of things you absolutely don't buy off-brand for though: cheese, toilet paper, and other unmentionables that I won't bring up at the moment.
I don't,
Toilet paper, ketchup,
I mean,
and mayo.
You don't just go
okay,
to the
now,
bottom of the list.
those are
Like,
your
you don't
on
go to the
brands.
bottom of the list, but like
I don't know. I don't feel
buy
like there's a
off-brand
difference in all the
toilet
ketchup
paper.
and mayo. I don't use ketchup and mayo anyway. I'm a mad lad. I use mustard all the time.
Mustard.
Just mustard?
Just mustard.
Your poor chicken.
Well, you know.
Oh my god.
Well, I use buffalo and ranch too, but that's for like chicken and all that.
Okay, but ranch is a staple. If you don't have ranch in your house.
Yeah, but ranch is made out of mayo.
Well, I
Ooh.
didn't say that I just wouldn't eat mayo at all. I just don't prefer it on my sandwiches.
But you like ranch and buffalo sauce on your sandwiches.
No, I don't like them on my
No, just
sandwiches.
as
I like them.
sauces in
I like
general.
them when I have like nuggets or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nuggets don't count. Nuggets aren't even food. They're the chicken before it's fully grown, right?
What?
I've
No,
never
I
had
thought it
them
was just
before.
like. Zzz. Wait, what?
I've literally never.
You've never had chicken nuggets before?
Not from McDonald's,
Not even
like the
dino-shaped
McDonald's.
chicken nuggets?
No, I don't know why everyone's having such a big fuss about this.
No, it's just what I'm going crazy about is. Did you actually genuinely think chicken nuggets came from like the little baby chicks or something like that?
No, Orion.
I was about to
I
say.
think it was a bit.
Orion, it's a comedy show. All right? We're still good. Don't let the audience
Okay, but
know.
No, I
You
had
have
to
had
get.
chicken
I was
nuggets.
going along with it to add to the comedy.
Oh
You and
my
me
God.
whisper back and forth. It's part of the joke. They
I was
don't
just
know.
adding to the joke. I'm sorry.
We're good.
Okay.
Yeah, that fixed it.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Cole? I have no idea what
yeah,
you're on
none at
about.
all. Like.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna take a nap after
We were
this.
going. I'm gonna get some sort of coffee from a vending machine. Ah, jeez, everything's just gonna break. That's really what I'm getting here. Like, it's gloom and doom for convenience is all I'm feeling. We're gonna have more people on the roads, more accidents. All the parking is gonna be gone for like a week. We have everything is just gonna be taken from us.
Parking spots
for
are gonna be
a
gone.
week to a week and a half.
You could finally do that parking lot video though.
Hey, bright sides.
Yeah, I guess.
The parking lot video
Oh,
where
that-
you're like stuck in the jungle. and we never did it.
Oh,
It was like
you're
literally
right.
first semester that was an idea.
We could do it now. A lot easier though.
Right.
Yeah.
Like because we've just learned so much about editing. As soon as Carly and Shay get back in. Oh yes, heads up. Next week on the podcast, we're gonna have Carly and Shay together. Carly is back in town, but as I said earlier in the episode, they have a bit of a health thing going on. And then we've got ourselves Shay coming back into town from a no-contact deep cover mission with the CIA and FBI. So that's going to be a lot of fun to talk about.
Does this mean you're kicking me out?
No, it's a rotating cast.
Yeah, it's rotating.
I know.
It goes.
That means you're.
I mean, I guess we
next
were
week.
on like the
Yeah, I'm kicking both of you out, I guess.
rotated.
I'm gonna
twice.
go nuts in the chat. Just you wait.
All right, cool.
I will say
Speaking-
that there's like slight delay, so they could be talking about something.
It's a
totally
20-second
different.
return.
Oh, I know. I'm just like a.
Speaking of chat, Michaela Brennan liked to point in, most cheese is made and shipped by Schreiber, so name brand is not important in most cases, but I agree also not buying cheese from the dollar store. Nobody asked. Why,
Thank you.
why doesn't anyone like
Thank
my
you.
cheese
So
option?
speaking of
Don't,
Michaela, I
because
was
it's
hanging.
not
I was hanging.
cheese.
I was
It's something else.
I was hanging out
What?
with. I was hanging out with Michaela this Monday, and she brought like I think it was her boyfriend that brought this same topic up because he used to work for like a cheese manufacturer. I don't know exactly what it
Yeah.
was, but like he says, like it basically all comes from like this, like name brand stuff comes all from like
Yeah.
the same.
I worked in a
company.
spring water company. All bottled water is just the closest, most localized source of water. My dad worked in a trash can factory, not a trash bag factory. Even the name brand stuff is basically the same. If they look similar, they're probably the same thing.
Yeah.
Except it has the word hefty on it.
That's a heavy glitch in capitalism, my friend.
Yeah,
Hefty,
sure
hefty,
does.
hefty.
Yeah, it sure is a glitch in capitalism. What is that all about? What about exclusivity and all the but
Okay.
there's chick, they're cheating. It's fake socialism.
So what's the next?
That's all it is. Socialism for the rich. That's all I'm hearing.
Uh-oh.
I don't like it.
What's the next topic, please?
The next topic is online classes and sleep schedules.
sure.
It's going to be our last bit
Right.
because we're at
Let's start with
2:26.
Let's start with sleep schedule.
Sleep schedule. Mine's totally ruined. I wake up at 9 a.m. right now. I need to be. I have an 8 a.m. next week.
No.
I have to
Oh my.
adjust my schedule pretty quickly. It's only like a 2-hour adjustment that I want to make, so it shouldn't be too crazy.
Mine's crazier because I have 8 a.m.s swept throughout the entire week.
I
right?
love that.
Now, no, that means that I'm gonna have a better schedule and everything because
Yes.
like I don't have to like wake up later for others.
Exactly.
The problem is, right now I am currently staying up till 3 a.m. and waking up at 12.
Oof.
Orion, I don't think you're gonna make it to class.
I
bud.
don't know, man. I don't know if I am or
think so.
not.
Mine's easy. It's just a 50-minute class. Like a shot of coffee will keep me up through it, and then I can pass back out if in case work is later.
My class
I'm just not.
What's up,
at,
Cole?
My class is at 6:30 at night, so
Whoa! I did
Oh
that
my.
last semester. I had a 3-hour class on Wednesday nights from 6:30 to 9.
I have to go to choir on Tuesdays from 7 to 9.
Gross.
And it's like, the last thing you want to do whenever you're in a rehearsal, like singing your heart out and stuff like that, is do it for 2 solid hours straight.
wait, from 7 to 9?
Now, yes.
Will you check the event Slack to make sure that you're all good for the events I have you?
Yeah, no worries. I'll look at it. Don't
Okay,
worry.
thank you. Sorry, that was just a side work note.
Yeah, that's one thing that is going to affect stuff. We're doing events again.
Yes.
As people are coming back into campus, we're able to rack up a couple of event hours. So
yeah.
you can see us around campus.
There's an
now.
event the first day of school, actually.
Oh,
It's with the Tarleton Activities Board in front of the dining hall. There's going to be first day of school pictures.
oh, there we go.
We're going to supply the jam music as you take your pictures.
We're supplying the
yeah.
jam.
I am
Not the
going.
peanut butter.
I am supplying
Called
the only.
jam, Cole.
I am supplying only the best of jams for
Oh,
this event.
is this the first list you've curated?
Yeah.
There we go. Orion's
Nice.
debut hits.
Oh yeah.
Sick as. If you'd like to
Sneaks in my own music in there.
sneaks in Milk Blood.
Okay, no.
I feel like
It's an amazing song.
It's a good song, but it's not on the station.
It's-
So good.
not on the station,
It will
and
be. It will be.
I really hope so, but I really doubt it as well.
It's coming up, I'm telling you. The music video was produced by the same person who did Little Nas Hey Panini. Like
the video.
That's what gets people to, like, listen to the music.
Okay, but also not many people watched that one video by him kill the noise. So,
why do you gotta bring facts into my dreams, man?
You know what? Milk Blood's going to be #1 on every single chart.
Nah, you've ruined it. I'm ending the show.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Listeners, viewers, we come to a close on this here episode. If you showed up late or wish to revisit us, you can find this show on our YouTube channel, Tarleton Radio, as a video, or listen in on iTunes, Spotify, or anywhere you get podcasts. That's right, we produce this and release it for multiple viewing audiences. We like to cater to our special fellas. For updates about the show and other interesting things we make here at the station, follow us on all of the links in the descriptions. It's our social media platforms. Carly's becoming in charge of them, and Shay's coming back, so you can see all of the amazing cat gifts that she'll have prepared for us. This has been your episode of Cruisin the Planet, where you can find something to do in and around Stephenville every week. This week, obviously, it's the fact that everything is going into scarcity mode, and Ethan will be holding up the left side of West Frey from now on.
Also, keep an eye out for the Meet Orion video that'll be coming soon.
Right, Orion will be showing up on the script is finished. Orion will be showing up on our YouTube channel. We'll probably start production on that next week. Moving into 2 weeks is what I would say we're going to see the video done by, just because we have some fun effects to work on.
Oh yeah.
If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to recommend us to your friends. And if you have any questions or suggestions, ask them in the comments or as a review of this show if you happen to be able to do that. That is all I have for this week. We've gone through every single bit of topic. Just double checking to make sure we didn't miss anyone in the chat. Nope, thank you. We have our special guest here today, Michaela Brannon. And Lance, of course, sitting in the other room making sure that I don't say too many bad words.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.